Yeah, baby, we live. Happy Tuesday. And
Birds.
just in the nick of the time. I didn't know if you had sports tonight or what.
No, I was clear. We just didn't really talk today. I kind of stuck to myself and was in my feelings.
Yeah, it was hard. I had a crazy work day, and it's been a long 3 days. Let me tell you.
Yes. Yep.
Eagles, Broncos, we'll cover it. Phillies decisions last night, and decisions for game 3. And of course, Eagles, Giants on Thursday. Um, hoping the Phillies can extend this to Thursday and not get bounced. It's going to foil my plans for between the 999 challenge, which was total rage bait, and this potential party Thursday. I'm just getting killed on social media.
Yeah, nobody understood that we were making fun of the Phillies 999 challenge. It was not a flex in any way for us to be like, "Oh, we completed this thing." I mean, we probably completed a 999 before the game even started yesterday, let alone the little $50 novelty box that you get. I don't even think that people realize that the Phillies aren't being necessarily, like, serious with the 999, like, they're not trying to, like, say it's some crazy thing. It's just supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a novelty. Everything's overthought. Listen, when your team's winning, you have fun with stuff like that. When your teams are absolutely letting you down to no end, there's no room for fun.
There's no room for fun. There's no room for fire and light shows when you're losing 4-1.
The
And
Fanatic even got booed. The Fanatic streaking across the field, like when they do the announcement, like don't go onto the field, and then like the Fanatic came out, and it's supposed to be like a funny little moment. It was like right after the Phillies had just left like runners stranded, and everybody was like, "Not now, Fanatic! Like we're just not
it's
feeling this."
yeah, somebody asked Angelo asked me about the bunt, and somebody asked me about Landon Dickerson. We'll get to it all. But yeah, it stinks when it's a slow kind of no-hit game and they're trying to do the stuff in the stadium. Um,
Yeah, there was one hit. At
they
that
had
point,
it
the Fanatic streak was one hit.
yeah. And all the let's get fired up stuff on the screen, it's all Eagles players. There's not like Chase Utley or Jimmy Rollins or Ryan Howard.
It's
It's all
Eagles player. It's Eagles players mixed with Penn State music, and that is starting to really get old for me because it's very hard. But for me, pro sports and college sports are two completely separate things. I'm not even a big college sport guy. Like of course watch March Madness, and I'll of course watch like a marquee college game. And I went to Rutgers, and I'll watch them. But I don't mixing the two together. And for whatever reason, the Phillies game experience, they just rely on all this like college kind of stuff. It feels like it's again, no room for fun. Had they won, I'm sure we'd be all about it. But right now, it's just kind of like making me mad.
yeah, and the fans leaving were horrendous. And we'll get to
Horrendous.
the Eagles and the Broncos game. We got a lot to cover, but so stick around. But
We got to hit on Phillies, man.
the fans leaving was just crazy. And then not only that, Nick Castellanos says, the fans make the team play tight. JT
Oh
said
man,
in game 1, he looked up at the scoreboard and saw that it was only the 4th inning and the team was just exhausted. He said it's as draining as it is exhilarating playing in Philly. I mean, I felt the tightness. I felt the tightness from the fans in the Eagles game. I felt the tightness from the fans last night. I felt it. They must feel it even more, but you
but
don't
is it
say
any
that.
different? It's been like that's always been like that. And now not only are the Philly fans still the same way they've always been. We have a couple wins under our belt. We got some Super Bowl championships in the past couple years, and the Phillies have some World Series appearances, and they won a couple of different pennants. Uh, I don't get it. Bryce Harper is the only one that's had the right thing to say, and Jalen Hurts have been the only ones that have a couple right things to say the past 24 hours. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
you
saw.
gotta kinda know you're gonna get a question about how you're feeling. You kinda gotta almost be prepared for that to lie. If you win, you know, it's it's reset 0-0, and then you got to have your response too. If you should you lose the game, you have to be prepared to say, it ain't over yet. Blah blah blah. Just say all the right things and get out of there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you can't
tons of good
ever
stuff
put any
from
blame on the
last.
fans. It's such a cop out. It's such a cop out. We're in 4 $500 seats, buying $55 fake 999 challenges, and you have the audacity to say that the fans have some sort of are the reason you guys are playing. You are the reason the fans are playing. You are the reason the fans are acting the way they're acting because of how you're playing. You have a $950 million lineup that's got 2 hits and 11 strikeouts. And you're gonna put any onus on us giving it our all. Some people like me and you that have been out there for 3 days, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. Give me a
Yeah,
break, Nick
and
Castellanos.
it's funny. The guys that were quoted were the guys that actually performed. Like JT had a hit. He had a triple in game one. Nick Castellanos has had a really rough go of it with the platoon, and he got a big hit.
Got on base. Great hit. Great
Yeah,
slide.
those guys played great. The real problem is 1 through 3. I mean, these games have been
Yeah.
tight. It's not like they haven't been competitive. Like the Yankees have been getting blown out by the Blue Jays. Like these games have been competitive, and they made a mistake last night not bringing in Sasaki, and we were down 3 runs, and they bring in a guy with a 5-run ERA throwing meatballs, and we didn't make them pay, which is really frustrating because when we make a mistake or we leave extra, bobble a ball or give them extra pitches or give them extra at bats when we should be getting out of the inning, they make us pay. So they've been doing the little things and we have not. So it's been super frustrating because we were cruising in game one, and then we had a chance there at the end, which would have really just, had they walked them off or something like that, or even forced extras, it would have really put the momentum back into the Phillies' hands. So it's been frustrating.
So let's talk about the end of the game, right? Which is the bunt heard around the world. And I've gone through it now multiple times throughout the day, and I'm trying to figure out and I'm trying to understand. And I know baseball pretty well. I watch a lot of baseball. I understand in concept the idea when you're down a run and you have a man on second and there's no outs, moving that man to third with a bunt and setting yourself up to tie a game or possibly go ahead. I get that conceptually. But the problem with it was they didn't have the right base runner. They didn't have the right personnel to do a pinch run. The only pinch runner they could have done that scenario would have been to put a pitcher there. And if they put a pitcher there, then they don't have somebody if the game does go to extras to play the outfield.
Yeah.
Then this is the kicker for me. You call the bunt. Okay. First pitch is a ball. It's 1-0. Take the bunt off. See what the second pitch is. If this guy throws another ball, now it's 2-0. Now the bunt's got to be completely off. Maybe he goes to 3-0. Maybe he gets a great pitch to hit. The fact that the
Yeah.
first pitch was a ball and they kept the bunt on was extremely frustrating to me when I rewatched the game and saw how it went down.
And they had West and Wilson, and it's like a cascading effect. They have like 13 pitchers on the roster, and they're not using them. They've used like Strom and Kirkring twice now, and they're cooked. They didn't know who they were starting in game 3. So had they known they were rolling with Nola, they probably could have used Ranger. Well, they might piggyback him, but they have Taiwan Walker on the roster. Like the only guy they had left to come in and pinch run was Weston Wilson. So they're out of players, and the 26 man was wrong. And Bader got hurt, and they had injuries. So all
Yeah,
that
so
being
for
said, yeah, I
all
didn't
that,
like you got to let it hit. And that's the biggest problem everyone has with Philly Rob. He manages it like it's the regular season, and they win a ton of games in the regular season, and they bring pitchers in on matchups and stuff like that. The same thing, the playoffs, we talked about it last week. The playoffs is a vibe thing. When they know they have you on the ropes and you have to bring in a relief pitcher when there's guys on base and there's runners in traffic, they make us pay for it every time, and vice versa. So you have to manage the game different in the playoffs than you do in the regular season.
and And then from an execution perspective, if you're going to be a baseball purist and say the bunt was the right play, from an execution perspective, you're bunting the ball up third base. You need to bunt the ball up first base. If you bunt the ball up first base, that you're guaranteeing your runner's going to get over. So it wasn't even executed properly. I get it. Stott's batting 150 something. He's not slugging great, but again, first pitch ball, um,
And
very
Cassie,
frustrating.
and so Mookie Betts is like, there's nobody on second. So Mookie Betts is standing like 5 feet behind Nick Castellanos. Castellanos needs to have his butt in the Mookie Betts groin, and he has to move with Mookie Betts if he's a base runner there. I don't know who their base running coach is, but you had Mookie Betts standing like 10 yards away from Castellanos, and Castellanos standing in no man's land. You have to you have to Jimmy
Yeah.
Rollins did a better breakdown than me of it, but
Yeah.
you've seen it
I
all
don't
the
know
time
anybody that
where the
want.
two players are right on top of each other. So if Mookie breaks for third, or if he breaks back to second, you can stay with him instead of getting thrown out. But
So does
it's
this go
frustrating.
nuclear? Are we done with the manager if the Phillies get swept here?
If they get swept, he's done. Especially because there's Bruce Bochy's out there, and there's a couple other good kind of people out there. He's done.
That's
If
a
they get
shame.
swept.
It's a
It is a
shame.
shame. It is a shame. And it's not his fault because, if he does the lefty righty thing and he plays Sosa over this guy and he does this over that guy and that guy ends up getting a huge hit and it ends up working out, he looks like a genius. But so far, the 26-man roster is wrong. The people he's brought in to pitch have backfired on him. Was it mismanagement? I guess. The players have to execute to a certain extent. you know?
Yep. All right. Enough Phillies torture. I think we switch over to the Eagles.
And Nola. But yeah, we had a great tailgate. Shout out to Hungry Dogs for having us. Fourth and John, Philly Sports Trips, all of them, everybody there. It was great. The Eagles played great. They finally got the passing game going. 200 and something yards, way more than 267 yards or something like that. Way more than Jalen usually has. Kevin Patullo said, it looks like they passed a lot, but there was a few RPOs in there where instead of handing the ball off, they threw. So that inflated the stats a little bit, but you got to get Saquon involved in the second half. And the Eagles are notoriously good at playing keep away. I don't know why they couldn't, get a field goal, get an extra score, or run the clock out, or do what they usually do. It was very frustrating 17-3 lead, and you can't run the game out.
Yeah, and I'm curious too if that game plan had anything to do with the fact that they play on Thursday. You and I were talking about this on the car at home. Like there's a quick turnaround. So are you trying to throw your way to victory and keep Saquon extra fresh for a revenge game against the Giants? My opinion, it should probably be the exact opposite. You kind of run Saquon on Sunday and then get that win and then throttle him back against the Giants. But then again, if you want to devil's advocate that, the loss to an
Comfortable.
AFC team is a lot lighter of a loss than it would be if we were to lay an egg against the Giants. So it's the first must-win game I think for the Birds on Thursday. They have to win this division game, keep the NFC rolling. I in my Tuesday sip video, I mentioned, and I thought this was a pretty interesting thing I saw, was the first time ever that Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts all lost in the same weekend. So it's a big underdog, big parity weekend. Never thought the Birds would be undefeated, but now for me with the Eagles, I'm really starting to dive into how they are winning and losing because they're very imbalanced. They're not 50-50 run pass. It seems like the issues with the quarterback and the receiver are continuing to boil over and aren't getting much better. Hopefully Thursday it's better, but and those guys apparently
Yeah.
had some hour-long meeting, but I'm really hoping that they turn around. But I mean, this is like the fifth week in a row now that we've said this. We hope it gets better. We hope it gets better. This might just be who they are. They might be the 2023 team, and I surely hope that that's not true.
Yeah, they had the emergency meeting. There was a report that came out that Saquon had a knee issue. He is going to go. I don't think Landon Dickerson's going to go. So it's going to be tough sledding for the run game this week. But yeah, I would have, on a Thursday night on a short week, if Saquon was hurt, I would have, rather utilized him. Even though the conference game's more important, I just think on a Thursday night you kind of get some obscure It happens all the time where you see like the second back, the second guy in command get a little bit more touches. Grant Calcaterra's hurt as well, but yeah, I don't think Landon's going to play. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Eagles got
good for
away with the injury bug.
I'm good for AJ Dillon getting a bunch of carries on Thursday. If Saquon was used a little bit better last Sunday, come on, AJ Dillon
Yeah,
can run all over the Giants.
you don't want like the Phillies. You don't want the Eagles to tighten up here. That's what happened in 2023 when like they were still winning games, but it was a you could see the writing was kind of on the wall. They losing like two in a row, or the thought of them potentially losing two in a row, and they play tight, and they still don't get it figured out there. They should come up nothing to lose, guns blazing. Jackson Dart looked horrendous. He turned the ball over, I think, on 5 straight drives. The Eagles do have the injury bug, but they got to go up there and win the game. They're 7.5-point favorites. And the tickets are $100 to get in the door. The cheapest get in price via Tick Pick is $100. So
Yeah, you need to beat the Giants by 2 touchdowns.
go up there.
You
It's gonna be
can't beat the
Eagles
Giants
paranoia.
you can't beat the Giants by 3 on Thursday. It's not going to do it for the city. The city desperately needs a turnaround. Speaking of the whole vibe thing, you got these 3 brutal losses in a row. God knows what happens tomorrow night, 9 p.m. If the Phillies do end up getting swept, pressure will be on the Birds to turn around. However, let's try to be positive. It could be a very, very cool Thursday, right? If the Phillies can figure out, by the way, 9 p.m. start time tomorrow. Blech. But anyway, the Phillies figure that out. We got a double header, and the Flyers play on Thursday too. The Flyers begin their season, so I think it should be. I'm hoping that it becomes more of a fun October, like it's like we had signed up for.
Yeah, when I play in this event, I was like, "There's no way the Phillies are going to sweep them. There's no way they're going to sweep us." And now here we are. But yeah, if they can figure out Wednesday, Thursday could be a lot of fun, and then they inevitably lose in 5 because the Dodgers are just a better team. Womp womp. No, but they can't look at it like they have to win 3 in a row. Right? You've got to win one game, and then they'll feel a little bit better about themselves. And you got to win one game several times.
I will give credit where credit's due. That Dodger lineup keeps coming at you, man. It's like every time, oh my god, this guy's coming. Oh my god, this guy's coming up. It's like relentless.
Yeah,
that's how the Eagles should be, though.
If the front of the Eagles and Phillies should both be that. If the front of the lineup was hitting, the back of our order is doing very well. So if the front was doing some stuff, it'd be like, oh my gosh, this guy's coming up again. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it should be like that.
The 7-hole guy. The same thing with the Eagles. You're like, oh my gosh, how are we going to guard AJ Brown, and how are we going to guard Devontae Smith? How are we going to Broncos have one of the better units, defensively. So not too much of a surprise there, but going against the Giants, we just gotta outman these guys. Hopefully the O-line can stay. Whoever they have to slide in there can get it done. But
so why do you it's been a few days. Why do you think we lost on Sunday? Talk about the Eagles.
Sunday? It stinks. They undid what they did to the Rams, which happens in the NFL. Yeah. I think it's passing. You didn't give Saquon the ball at all. I think you're up 2 scores. The Eagles are usually really good at playing keep away. They do the 4-minute offense. They they get first downs. They do 3 plays, get 3 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 4th and 1, tush push. Burn another 2-3 minutes, and they play keep away. They didn't do that at all. They throw, incomplete. Yeah. They missed AJ Brown on an easy deep ball that would have put them up 3 scores instead of 2. They would have won the game.
I would say AJ missed that on his own because he gave up running on the route. I don't think Hurts missed that throw. I'm in the camp that like many things can be true at the same time. So everything you said plus the officiating, which was ridiculous. I've seen the officials get together, make a decision, and like then throw a flag. I've never seen them come together, make a decision, throw a flag, and then pick that back up. Like you talked about it, you threw the flag, then you picked it up. Yeah, okay, the Eagles were really undisciplined. Yes, they were completely unbalanced in their offense. but then
You
your
have
your
you have
tight
2
end
guys
gets
mugging got
tackled.
it at the end,
Your
yeah.
tight end gets literally tackled before there's no PI. Definitely should be PI there. Put the Eagles on the 5, then they can run tush push or whatever. So I think the officials played way more of a role in that game than that they should have. Granted, the Eagles did not do what they needed to do to be in the perfect position, but I'm not letting the officials off the hook. I'm not trying to blame them for the loss entirely, but it had to be said, and
It kept the
the
game in
players
reach.
can't say it.
And
Yeah,
throwing and stopping the clock keeps it in reach too. So if you have calls going against you, plus you can't extend drives, you're gonna let the other team get back in it because these guys are NFL quarterbacks. That's why everyone hates the style Jalen Hurts plays when he throws for like 150 yards. Problem is the clock keeps moving. He keeps the ball, he runs, he hands it off, he gets a short pass. The clock keeps moving. That's how they've won
and
games.
and
Why change the formula?
we
The
will
teams
be
that
in every
throw, like that Packers game that ended in a tie. Those guys throw 1 to 3 interceptions. They throw for 400 yards, but they don't win the game. Turnovers, not extending drives.
we'll be as long as Jalen Hurts keeps control of the ball, not turning it over. We will continue to be in every single game.
Yeah, he didn't turn it over, and he threw a lot this
It's
past week, so
amazing.
that was a good sign.
I was
But
expecting the Hail Mary to get picked off and it'd be like, he's gonna have one pick on his record, but
1
still
pick
still
on all
doesn't.
those throws.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, it was a lot of things. I'm never gonna blame the refs because early in the game we got some PI calls that
Yeah, I
push
thought
push the ball
they
down the field early. We got a
they
lot
were
early.
friendly. Yeah, they
It
were friendly our way.
usually evens up by the end of the game. So that's when you gotta when you get the lead with those calls early in the game, you gotta be able to burn the clock out regardless of if you have a false start or if you have something that knocks you back a little bit. You gotta find a way to get um extend drives.
Yeah. So it should be a big. This would be a big Thursday. Short time to feel sorry for yourselves. You got to pick yourselves back up tomorrow. You got to stay up late, watch the Phillies till midnight because they're on the West Coast with a funky start time. And then you got a is it a 6 p.m. Philly start? What's the start time for Thursday?
The
I
Phillies
know
are at six
obviously the
o'clock
Eagles
and
are
the
8.
Eagles are 8 o'clock.
So if you're in LA, you're watching baseball, playoff baseball at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Isn't it what's it 3 hours there?
Yeah. It's a bad time for them on a
Yeah. And they're wearing
the
powder
nine's a bad
blues. Did you
time
see
for us.
that? The Phillies are rocking powder blues both nights.
Yeah, there's too many teams playing right now. Um and they gotta fit all the games in. Some of the days there's like 4 series going on at once. For tonight there's only like 2 of the series are playing tonight. So with the travel days and everything, it's rough. Yeah, if they go down losing, they're gonna look good doing it. Wearing the powder blues, that was like that was the consensus on the interwebs. Um, I think they're trying to look good, feel good, play good, but also you don't want them to try and do too much. But it's
I mean, maybe at home the move would have been to rock the alternate jerseys, but okay, whatever.
oh yeah. Um, but I think they'll get a win tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens Thursday. I don't know who in that scenario who if it had enough days rest for Sanchez if it starts over or I think it does with all the off days, but
You're picking
that's
the Phillies to win tomorrow?
pitching control. Yeah, I just am I'm shocked. I didn't think it and Saturday, Sunday, Monday you'd go 0 for 3. I think something's got to give at some point. I kept saying
Uh,
that. I kept digging myself into a deeper hole, but
I'm sorry to do it, but I am in that hole, and I don't see any reason why the Phillies can win tomorrow. I think it ends, and it ends ugly, and you're gonna have players chirping and blaming and finger pointing, and the manager's gonna get fired. I think the Phillies are in that bad of a state. The Eagles, I feel a lot better about. I think the Eagles can beat a very, very lowly Giants team. They just lost to the Saints. As poorly as the Eagles have been playing, this is the type of game you want Thursday night division game. They can flush what happened on Sunday really quick, bounce back, get a nice balanced game, take all this time off after that. Then you got the Vikings. I feel like the Eagles will turn the corner and start to roll, but unfortunately, I feel like it's the end of the road for our Phillies.
the Phillies, yeah. Um
They killed me
yeah,
last night.
Yeah, they fought till the end. That's the only reason why I have a little bit of faith if some of that carries over earlier in the game than it did last night. If they, they've got nothing to lose, they're out there. It's just them. They don't have the fan thing. They don't have the Philly pressure. It's literally just them, uh, them against the world. Um,
I just
if
wish I would
no,
have heard that today. I didn't hear that. I heard like blaming. I heard like, oh, the fans are the reason why we're good or we're bad or blah blah blah. Like,
they
no.
were pretty wiped out. But I think the
Yeah.
piggyback, if they can get now, if Aaron Nola's throwing meatballs and it's 4-0, I mean, sayonara. But if he gets you 4 innings and you have Ranger come in for 4 innings and you know Duran again, I mean, they'll get the pitching that they want. They just gotta get that top of the lineup's gotta hit. They can't do any worse. I mean, I think they have like one hit between the three of them. So I would expect someone in that range to do something. And then the games have been
By,
close. They were winning, they
by
were
the way,
cruising. Yep.
I would love to be in the boardroom of the guy that made the decision to do the Duran flame show as they got booed on it. Very cool. I mean, we were right near where the flames were, but
It's hot.
oh
I
my
felt the heat.
gosh, read the room. Holy moly.
Yeah, it's his
They
thing, and
should
they can't.
only do that in a save scenario. Only do it in a if it's not a save scenario, do not do that.
Yeah. It's
So weird.
it was it was really strange. Uh, the the boo was one of the funniest things of the night. Going
Yeah.
to the
All over.
WIP little like that little like shoebox thing that they're in when they're inside the stadium and banging on the glass was a lot of fun. And we fought till the end. There were people that did say there's a couple young bucks and there were some like kind of college bro kids. There were some good people in the section. A lot of the people that were sitting in our section pissed me off. I got pretty irate at the end. Some of that was all
Yeah.
the hot dogs that I ate, but I
Yeah, I'm
I
not gonna throw any local celebrities under the bus, but there was a certain local celebrity that was in our section that was not in a good mood and was wearing blue, and somebody at one point was mad at the umpire and was like, "Come on, blue! Like, what are you?" Blah 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 blah. And this person turned and like gave a dirty look because the person was wearing blue, not realizing that the umpire is called blue. Like, are you kidding me? How much baseball have you been watching over the years? Like, that was a little odd for me.
he was uneducated.
Weird.
You think it would be season ticket holders that get access to buy the tickets that would fight to the bitter end, or it's just like corporate snob
In the
people elite at
outfield, like, there's corporate snob people in center field. I mean, right field or whatever the hell we sat, left field. I mean, maybe by the dugout and all that stuff, but like we're in the outfield. Like it's supposed to be, I thought it was rowdy in the outfield. When I saw we had outfield lower seats, I'm like, this is gonna be lit. We're gonna have to stand up the entire time. I didn't have to stand up the whole time. The whole row in front of me was empty. We were in row 4. By the end of the game, it was
yeah,
13
row
seats in
two
row 2
was
empty. It
like
was completely empty.
17. So
I
that's
didn't post that picture because I was done being negative, but I have a selfie picture. I'll send it to you. It's a selfie of me and then 13 empty seats straight down the row, and it's the eighth.
People
Philly
left
fans,
before that. People left before
pathetic.
that in like the 6 when they were down 4-0 or 4-1. People started leaving.
Bro, we got home to Jersey at 10:30 at night. We stayed till the bitter end. We were talking to people. We were sitting outside. We were making videos. We still got home by 10:30. Are you kidding me? Went up to
Yeah,
work, got up
even
and
with the
got
game
up
at
to go to work
9,
easy the next day.
even with the game at 9 o'clock at night with the pitch clock and the way they move, that thing's gonna be over by midnight still.
Start at 6.
This game
It's
started at
over at
6.
9 o'clock. Well, you got to leave early. What are you doing? Now I'm starting to get pissed off. What are you doing? What do you have to do
People
the
left the
next
Eagles
day?
game
The,
early. The
the
game was at
game
Eagles game was at 1. It was 3:30
The
in the
game
afternoon.
ends
People were
at
walking.
9 o'clock. The game's ending at 9 o'clock. Where you got to go? There's only 40,000 people at Citizens Bank Park. What traffic are you beating? There's no the Eagles. You want to beat the traffic? You're a scumbag, but you don't need to beat the traffic ever. The Phillies, there is no traffic. It's 40,000 people going out in 87 different directions. It's a one-run game. It's the playoffs, and you leave early. It's ridiculous. Phillies
Yeah.
fans should be embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah, when Castellanos, I didn't agree with the players like talking about it that way, but when Castellanos was saying the fans like kind of stink, I was like, dude, I kind of gotta agree with them. I felt really tight in both the Eagles and Phillies game. People left in the Eagles game. People left early in the in the Phillies game.
Leaving early pisses me
Broncos
off.
fans
Booing
left.
doesn't piss me off.
Broncos fans left in the Eagles game. There's one lady to my right. Her brother was playing for the team, and she left in like the third quarter when we were
Yeah,
up
what?
two
Why?
scores.
What are you? Why do you buy a ticket if you have to leave early? Seriously. You got unless you like don't have the gear on and you really don't care. But there's people that got like Philly socks, Philly shoes, Philly's tattoo, Philly's hat, Philly's jersey, and you're leaving early? It's insane. Don't leave early. Booing, I'll never police booing. Boo whatever the hell you want. You want to boo the fanatic streaking, knock yourself out. You want to boo Duran's stupid flame show that was unnecessary when you're losing 4-1. You want to boo a bunt. You want to boo your a two for whatever $950 million lineup. Go ahead and boo, but don't leave early. Boo till the bottom of the ninth inning with the rest of us diehards.
Yeah, yeah. It was there was just uh, yeah, I don't know, and they always have a chance. You know, it's pretty.
They always have a chance. Of course, they always have a chance. It always comes down to
Get a
the
couple
end.
guys on,
Always
and if
comes
you
down to
get
one
to the top of the
possession.
order, you could get a one big bang shot to do it, or you could chip away at it, or whatever. You're 4-1, you get 1 or 2 runs in the sixth, seventh, or eighth, and then you're down a run or two in the ninth. You always got a shot. Being the home
Always.
team too, especially. That's why they played for the tie. He said because they're home. If they force it to extras, regardless of what the Dodgers do, they're still going to get another chance in 10 to win the game. And he liked where his pitching was at, which I don't know. They have plenty of people to pitch. They've used some of the same guys now 2 or 3 times. There's guys that they didn't even use at all, and then they got nobody to run. But
So there's that new Instagram page. It's called Wrong Jersey
wrong
DH.
game,
Which
wrong game,
which
dickhead.
which by the way, I'll be honest, I got beef with that because if you're on vacation in another town and you want to throw your jersey on and come in the stadium and cheer and watch a football game, knock yourself out. I don't really care. It's the leave early DH. That's the page that I'm going to start. You left the
Really,
game
dickhead.
early. Yeah, leave the game early. I don't. You want to wear a Raiders jersey because you're from Los Angeles and you're on vacation in Philly, or your friend wanted to bring you to the game or whatever, watch the game. I got no problem with the wrong jersey DHs, but the leave early DHs, I got a big problem with. If you come to the game, don't freaking leave early, especially if it's
Yeah,
close.
and imagine you left early in that Rams game and you missed that whole
Yeah,
thing. Or imagine the Phillies did walk off last night, which could have very well happened. You know,
yeah.
uh,
And you're running
you
back
would
to
have
your
missed
seat.
that. You would have missed that. You would have been such an idiot. It's funny. It was a
Yeah,
regular season game. I left, and it was the one that they still play the highlight. It's like the first year, second year they had Bryce Harper, and the first year they brought the Powder Blues back. It was like a Thursday game, and they were getting killed. It was like 8 something, and we left, and they chipped away, got a couple runs, and then Harper hit the grand slam. And he's like, running crazy around the bases. They still play it as like the outro of like Comcast Sports Rise, as
yeah,
you would call
yeah. Like,
it.
haven't we all learned our lessons about that?
I think you've seen it happen.
Miracle at the Meadowlands too. I was at a watch party and I left at halftime, but I still listened to the game on the radio in my car. I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. I was like an hour and a half away from home. I had to drive home, but I listened to the game on the radio, and I've told the story to you a million times. It's one of my fondest memories of Miracle at the Meadowlands because I didn't get to see it on TV.
You
I
said
listened to
Merrill.
Merrill make the call, which was even more magical. And that now when I rewatch the game in my mind, I had pictured it one way and I see it another way, and it had its own level of magic to it. But I didn't have game tickets. If you have game tickets, especially playoff game tickets, how could you? And the game starts at 6. Game starts at 6 o'clock.
They were at
Dude, you're
9
getting
or
home
8.
at 9. You're getting home 9:30.
I think Doug is still on at 9 o'clock. They didn't even transition to I Love Lucy and Nick at Night yet. Still like cartoons are on at 9 o'clock at night.
Oh my goodness. 9 o'clock. We got back to Ocean City. It wasn't even 11 yet.
Yeah.
And I don't even go to
Even
bed.
the game that starts at 9 is gonna be over by midnight. Even if you gotta get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, you're still gonna get 6 hours of sleep. Like
Sell your ticket. If you can't stay in the ballpark for 2.5, 3 hours and watch a baseball game, sell your ticket to somebody that cares.
so you've got the Phillies wrapping it up and tearing it down.
Mushed. Yeah.
and the Eagles winning. I don't think the Phillies are gonna tear it down. I
Well, they
think that
can't tear the players down, but I think they'll do a manager change.
manager change. Yeah, I will. Well, Castellanos is not gonna be back. Schwarber could very
Mhm.
well not be back. They're stuck with Trey and Harper's contract, which is fine. Bohm's probably not gonna be back. There's gonna be a lot of turnover there, but they're still gonna have the pitching. I mean, they're gonna get Wheeler back. They're gonna have Sanchez. They're gonna have Painter's gonna get brought up. I'm not moving on next year, but like they're gonna they're gonna have like a pretty decent core, and they're still gonna go out
Alvarado.
and spend money. They're still gonna go out and spend money. They still have Duran controlled for like another 2 seasons. I mean, I think you very well they could have a better bullpen next year than they do this year. And this is probably the best version of this squad they've had. They had the the best, even without Wheeler, I thought this was the best iteration of the team.
We've
So
always said
they just
that
a
it was
bad
always
matchup.
like we've always thought that the pitching was what was gonna hold the Phillies back. Like, "Oh, we got the bats, we got the bat." The pitching's been fine. It's been the
Yeah.
silent bats that have killed us this series.
Yeah. It's it's tough. But
Yeah. Infuriating.
yeah, the Phillies but I don't know. That they've got a lot of I don't know, they've got a lot of pieces there. The Dodgers were always that team too, where they're just like in the playoffs every year, um, knocking at the door. You just get, and eventually you just
If
hope that you have the right pieces to win it.
if not
But
the Phillies, who's it gonna be?
the
Seattle. I think
Dodgers, and that's the sad part. If you get past the Dodgers, you probably could do it. Same thing, like we couldn't get past the Mets, and then the Mets ended up going to the World Series. Like I don't, I would love to somehow get some Bryce Harper magic. He just had his baby, he hits one, and they extend it to Thursday, and then they bring it back home. I would love to see some magic. I would love to play like you'd play like an Adam Market, like a Brewers, and you'll play like the Toronto Blue Jays and get redemption against them. It's like when we played the Tampa Bay Rays, get some small market team. The Dodgers are gonna go freaking all the way once they get past us. The series has been competitive, but they're just
yeah.
doing the little things better.
Mets
But
Mets weren't in the World Series, by the way. I don't know why I said that. 2024 was last year. The Dodgers.
didn't the
They
Mets?
beat
Thought they went to the NLCS.
NLCS, but not
Yeah.
the World. You said World Series.
Oh yeah,
It's all right.
yeah. The Dodgers. Yeah, Dodgers are the world champs, and then they won
Dodgers are
it.
the world. The Dodgers
But
won
that
it
was like
all.
a shortened season.
Dodgers
That
won
was
it all last year, and then the Texas Rangers won it all the year before that. And then the year before that was when we lost.
like a COVID year. And there's a COVID year the Dodgers won in like 2020. It was like a shortened season. It
I'm
was
starting to
weird.
ticker at when we were in it. What was that? 2023
22.
too.
Yeah, they're like that's what was the comparison today. They're like the Sixers almost, where it's getting worse. Like you go to the second round and then you only get the
Mm-hmm.
first round. Like
Yeah,
getting
way worse.
farther and farther away from Bedlam at the bank. Like they have to create new moments and new highlights, and they haven't done it now in 11 straight postseason games. It feels like so.
Yeah. Yeah, they're running it back. They're running back the same songs, the same Penn State songs, the same Red October, the same font, the same rally towels. They're running it back the same, and I think the only thing they got rid of was Dancing on My Own, and I don't know.
Yeah, it sucks. They play so many games, and then this is like over in 3 games. Like
It's
it's
baseball, dude.
insane, dude. It's
It's
insane.
baseball. It's
And they
baseball.
can't add. They can't make this round like 7 games. They'd be playing till the middle of November. It'd be like snowing out. I don't know what they
No.
do with the
I don't think the baseball structure itself needs to change. I think the
with
wild
the
cards are
bye, and then they get bounced in 3 games after. It's crazy, but I
these
guess it's
wild card teams are tuning up too. You got to watch out for that. The year that we went to the World Series, we got there because we caught fire in the wild card.
Yeah, yeah. And the Mets did. They beat us, and they went to the NLCS. But the Dodgers were amazing. But
The Dodgers were
yeah, the
amazing.
bye. I think the Dodgers like lost like probably their first game in the NLDS. They were coming in ice cold after like having a week off.
I
So
wasn't surprised that the Phillies lost the first game. I was devastated that they lost last night and the effort that they had last night. I
yeah,
was kinda like, "Ah, we'll be alright. We'll split like you. We'll split, we'll go to
here and
LA,
flip
maybe we'll
there.
split, and then we'll come back game 5, and then we'll roll them like 12-6 or something awesome, and then, like, then we just roll." Like, that was my in my mind, that was, like, my vision for the Phillies this postseason, but
Yeah,
there's no
they
bats. There's no bats.
it's wild. Well, hopefully they extend it because Thursday night, I want to do a double watch party at yesterday's. Maybe they bring back the dollar dogs for one final night, so I could do a legitimate 999 challenge. That's the rumor. So they usually just did it for just the day games, but they might if we can make this thing happen Thursday night, we'll do it. Not it won't be canceled. We'll still be there to watch the Eagles game, but it'll be
Yeah,
essentially canceled. It's
and
supposed to be one large epic night with both.
the timing will be perfect too. If the baseball game takes like 2.5, 3 hours, it'll be over by like
9,
9,
yeah,
so you can focus on the end of that and then put your eyes right over onto the birds.
yeah, you'll
And
miss a little bit of the Eagles, but they'll have both on.
they'll have both on. So come see us. Yesterday's Creekside Tavern, right in the
Please, I
Roosevelt
want it to
Boulevard on the
happen.
way
Not
to
that I need another night out, because I'm kind of cooked, but I was really
be
looking forward.
be a
I was
normal
really looking
guy.
forward to that. I had
Have
so
some
much,
DC.
yeah, I had so much fun though that when the Phillies even though the Phillies lost, I think it was game 5 maybe. Um I had so much fun. Went to Charlie's, I think, and the Eagles were playing the Houston Texans and the Phillies are in the World Series and they're both on at the same time. That was the
I remember
best.
that.
It's
That
so
was
much
great.
fun. Just trying to
I I like a family night that night. I set 2 TVs up in my living room because we have like the Hulu or the Hulu stick or whatever, and the one TV I had the Phillies, the one TV with the Texans.
oh,
I
that's
remember the
fun.
Texans wore those disgusting all red jerseys. We beat them. It's great.
Yeah. Well, I like the Eagles 24-13 and
Oh, I like that 13.
I like the Phillies to win like 5-2 on Wednesday and have a really
I like
just
that 13. I think the Eagles have maybe one more scoring drive than that. So let's give them a touchdown. Let's go 31
30.
13.
They just go hard on offense. I don't b I've tried to get them to will them to 28 to 30 points every week, and they just I mean, it's
I
17-3
want
going
to
in the
say
4th.
28, but I think there'll be a field goal in there somewhere. But
But yeah, so that's good. We both got the Eagles. I think the Phillies are done regardless. It's just a matter of when, whether it's game 3 or game 4 or game 5, but I'm hoping they extend it, and at least they show some fight because they
I'll be brutal if it's game 4. If they win tomorrow, they better freaking win and bring it
oh, the
back to the
bar
Phillies.
4? Yeah, I'm really looking forward because they're gonna have the
I
game
can't
center
watch the
on.
Phillies lose in the middle of an Eagles game. That would be like the Phillies. The Phillies have a series losing game in the middle of an Eagles game. I'll be like, I'm crippled. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah, so
I'll be like,
well,
oh my heart.
and then we don't have a for a while, I guess we have, the Vikings and then a bye, and then we don't really have another home game till 10/26, like 20 days off.
It's gonna be
Real
ice cold by the time we get
There's a
back in the
real
link.
reason why I want them selfishly to extend this out. I wanna try and get to if not game 5, I wanna try and get to at least another Phillies game. I like to go to 1 per series or whatever.
Yeah.
And selfishly, I want them to keep it going. I watched way too many games this summer for this thing to end in 3 games. So
You and me both, brother.
and the Eagles, I get upset. It's like the stakes keep getting higher. The Eagles, selfishly, I don't want them to lose a whole lot of games because I think they'll make the playoffs regardless of how they do it, whether they middle and they just stay kind of pretty good but not great. But I want them to have that good record because I want at least, you know, 1 or 2 home games when it comes time for Eagles. I love seeing everybody and hanging out with all the boys and getting it popping. It
Mhm.
sucks when we don't get the tailgate or we don't get to go up there and, uh, especially on a weekday, it breaks up the week, but Yeah, hopefully both teams can keep it going. Eagles for wins and seeding and keep the losses to a minimum, and Phillies that gotta extend it. Give me a couple days. Give me some stuff to watch. Tonight's boring. Good thing we're on tonight, because other than that, there's nothing doing. But Wednesday and Thursday should be fun, and we'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, and next time we'll see you at the link will be October 26th. By the way, that was the date you were thinking about, and then it's bye week.
Yeah, and we gotta do our.
Oh wait, no,
Gotta
we'll
do
be
our
up.
meme of the week. What do you got?
We will, but we will also be at the link before, because we will be at the Eagles Kids Club Halloween Spectacular, which is a great event. If you are not involved in the Eagles Kids Club, it's really awesome. It's like 20 to 30 bucks a kid. Welcome gift is a book bag, and you get tickets to open practice, automatically get deposited in your account, and the Eagles Kids Club Halloween, which is like basically a stadium tour where you get to go on the field, you get to trick or treat all throughout the stadium. You get to go back, pictures in the locker room, pictures with the Super Bowl trophy, and it's a really cool event. We will be there with our children's.
It's back last year.
It was
Send off
packed.
party was back too. Send off party is crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, let's rip
Okay,
it.
meme of the week. Yes. Man, hold on. I gotta look at the feed. I think I know what I want to do, but I'm not. If you're ready, you can go first.
Oh, mine. It's funny. Be on the lookout tomorrow morning. It's gonna make everybody believe in the Phillies again, because you didn't see my footage of. It's really not footage because you guys are up on the Ferris wheel, but I chopped it up just and I put captions so you could hear the audio of Bobby. I had probably 5 or 6 videos, and I couldn't hear what you guys were saying because you were all the way up at the top of the Ferris wheel. So tomorrow morning, I'm posting that. I chopped it all up, and I have captions so you could hear what he's saying.
Oh, you can hear us because you had him mic'd up
I
going
had the
around the
mic
Ferris wheel?
and the clip. So it's just literally the camera is just stuck on the Ferris wheel going round and round and round, but you could just hear Bobby just saying like ridiculous stuff. We're here, we're live. It's game 3, and the Phillies take on the Dodgers.
Did you take any pictures and videos of me running back and forth in my own row last night? There was like a bunch of like kids videoing me. I was just dancing up and down that whole thing and high-fiving all the empty seats every time. Okay, meme of the week.
That's what he said.
Oh god, what sums up this week? I'm just gonna go straight meme of the week, no runner up. I'm going this MF streaking and we got one hit. Fanatic. It's a reel. I think it really sums it all up. The players couldn't give a hoot. Nobody's paying attention. Marsh is completely unfazed. Right there on the right. No, it's more just the caption of it. The baby's pretty good too. That sums up the Eagles. The first time, if you're a 1-year-old baby, you saw your first Eagles loss. I like that one. That's just a still picture. Shout out to all the 1-year-old babies out there that just experienced their first Eagles loss. The Eagles haven't lost in 360 something games, 70 something games.
I alluded to it earlier. My runner up is people making fun of me on the yesterday's thing because the game might not even happen Thursday, and my winner just for the comments is the 9.
Let me see some of the comments ruining you on that.
I
I have not read
comments in the 999 video.
Yeah, just mute it. Keep it muted. But
yeah, so
At
Drew
least
laughed
I
at
came to
Bobby
be.
because Bobby, you could hear Bobby in the background just ripping the team like every time they got no offense. Oh, Matt Gork's on there. These are tiny beers. Total violation by the Phils. Who's that bald peckerhead in the back? Paying for beer shots. That's highway robbery. Um, they're hidden on the desktop version, but pull it up on my phone. There's a lot worse ones.
A lot worse ones. No, that's good. That sums it
There's
up. Us having an absolute great time and our $950 million lineup going 2 for 4.
991, which is true. It's one 24-ounce beer and they pour it in the little cups. It's probably $90. I mean, do those tiny beers counts? This is why we lost. Shaking my head.
This
That's
is why we
easy.
lost.
That's easy money. After the Dodgers been slaughtering double this, they lost the home field advantage with the deal. Nobody got drunk off those shots.
Oh.
After watching the last 2 Philly games, give me about 10 of these to drown my sorrows.
Oh.
Somebody had who's the oh my gosh. 4.5 dogs, one 12-ounce beer, $55. Look here, kids. It's a classic Delco inbred.
Oh.
Shots of beer and little glizzies. It's only a challenge if you're doing one per inning. You have to get 2 boxes for it to count. 9 shots of beer and pigs in a blanket. That'll be $90, please.
Pigs in a blanket. That's a winner. That's
Dude with
I
the
feel
bald head. Pretty sure I was tailgating next to him at the Birds game. His whole head was green and he had a jersey on that said Ant Lover.
that's accurate.
I remember my first 9 shots of beer. That's like 2.5 beers. What is this?
Were you at?
Beer?
I just think it's people projecting.
What is this? Beer for ants?
Oh, that's
Never,
good. I like that one.
that's the Ben Stiller.
Zoolander,
The
yeah.
Zoolander. What is this? Beer for ants?
Beer for ants is really good.
You're disrespecting yourself. Those beers are for little babies. Sad challenge. Only one who competed besides Lizardo. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, there you go. There's always one nice one.
Eating dry dogs is wild. I'm a big dry hot dog guy now. I don't eat ketchup because the Philly captain turned me against ketchup. And I can't eat that much mustard. If I'm eating like trying to do the 999 or something, it's too acidic with the mustard.
Also, they've made getting ketchup and mustard at Citizens Bank Park nigh impossible. They used to have packets. Now you got to squeeze it on there. And you get the hot dog in a foil. You got to undo the foil. You have other stuff. You're undoing the foil. Then you put the stuff. Dude, just give us a couple packets.
Yeah, John Charles says y'all need to start that wrong game, dickhead. He wants to be an admin for it. You're hired, buddy. Let's do it.
Yeah. Wrong game DH. I'm fully against. I think that's ridiculous. If you're on vacation, I've done it. When we were in Las Vegas for your bachelor party, we rented a rando hockey game. I wore my Eagles jersey. I was a wrong game DH. I was representing my team.
Jersey.
What do I care? I was guaranteed not to lose that night. I had a blast.
Yeah, especially if you're on like work trip or something. Staying down at the Bourse building down in Philly. You're going to like Times Square, going to New York, living some transient like market, but you're a Philly guy.
Yeah, wrong
Philly
game
stuff everywhere.
doesn't work for me, but leave early DH. Yep.
Yeah. Well, shout out to all of our sponsors. Been doing great work. Thanks to Pondley Hockey. Tick Pick, McDonald's, Philly Region, Crooked Tea, Garage Beer, Pat from frickin' Uncle Bill's yesterday buying me the box. I actually didn't even buy the box. Pat bought it for me. So
Wrong game DH at Cowboys Giants. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I saw an Eagles jersey and when I'm like elsewhere, it's the greatest thing ever. Like I've been in Disney World and like you see the jersey and you're like, yeah,
go Birds.
I got so many Go Birds and so many EAGLESs when I had my Eagles jersey on at the Vegas Knights versus the Rando Edmonton Oiler game that we went to. So
I
I mean,
can't people.
yeah, I'm fully against wrong game DH. Yeah, dude, we bet all kinds of money on the Vegas Knights. We were kind of rooting for the home team, like just because we were fun. We were out of town, and we were representing our squad. Now, if you weren't to wear a Dallas jersey in the link, you're getting booed no
The
matter what.
Dallas will get killed.
That's not wrong game DH. That's ridiculous. But if you got like
It's like random like Dolphins and like
yeah,
Ravens
like a
jerseys and
Dolphin
stuff.
jersey, yeah, who cares?
Okay, take it.
Yeah, wrong game DH is the least of Philadelphia's concern right now. We're way too focused on the wrong stuff. We need to focus on staying in our own stadium until the end of the game. That's what
Yeah.
that's what our fans need to focus on right now.
I need to
Not
find
what other
Philly Rob
jerseys people are
I
wearing.
need to
Stay
find
till the
Philly
freaking
Rob
end.
on Zillow because I think we should just post the address on the Facebook. Be a good
No,
text status Facebook post. Just post in Philly Rob's like address and have everybody
no
send it.
doxing. I'm gonna get normal guys
I'm gonna
against
send him
doxing.
bunk cake. Send him bunk cakes.
Oh, send him a bunk cake.
I won't do his address, but I'll
I was
encourage
gonna
everyone to send him a bunk cake.
I was gonna pick that meme for
Y'all
you this
can
week, but
find it. You can find it.
it didn't do good. That was one of those memes that that
I
would have been a
like
good
that one.
choice.
I don't think people know what it is. I don't think people
Nobody
are.
gets it. Yeah. That's a classic one in my brain, makes amazing sense, and I think is hilarious, and it gets no reach. Yeah, I posted a bunk cake, and it was, I'm gonna get this from Philly Rob when he gets fired.
Bunk cake.
You
Well,
don't even spell bunt. It's BUNDT, but it's
it's
funny
all
anyway.
bunt. Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully next time we chat, the Phillies are still in the playoffs. Probably likely not, but enjoy the Eagles game if you guys are going up. It's gonna be a great trip. Philly Sports tailgate, and they have buses going up. But if you're just driving up, do the tailgate only. Park at Reds, Carlstadt, New Jersey, and take the crab shuttle in. Yes,
And if you
sir.
want to come down to the shore, it's a long weekend. You got Monday off. You could play hooky on Friday. Come see us
Oh
Thursday
yeah.
night at
Saturday
the
is the
Crick.
Ocean City block party too.
Oh, that's a big weekend. Take off Friday. Come see us at the Crick. We'll have fun. Listen, the cool thing about hanging out with us in games, we have an absolute blast no matter what. I laughed so hard last night, even in the 9th inning, the 8th inning. I had tears coming out of my eyes hanging out with you, Bobby, Drew, all the stupid stuff. Drew hitting on my mother-in-law, or Bobby hitting on my mother-in-law. Everything was incredible, except for the Phillies bats and Philly Rob bunting in the 9th. But besides that, great vibes as always, and love being there with you, bro.
It's great. And my last words of wisdom is you guys know what happens when the Ferris wheel stops at the top. So
Go Birds, go
signing off for
Phil.
now. See you guys Thursday night.